When it comes to video games with amazing stories, there are a select few that really stick out amongst the sea of forgettable titles. And one game that is most certainly not forgettable is God of War. The sheer brutality of combat, the beauty of the scenery, the intensity of the story, and the amazing voice acting all combined to make this game an experience. I think it's safe to say that when most people think of God of War, they think of a hack and slash game with lots of over-the-top finishing moves. And while this game does have those, I believe that to limit this game to just being a mindless hack and slash game is a disservice to what this title has to offer. Yes, there are plenty of combat-heavy levels, and the combat is some of the best I've ever seen in a game, but that's not all this game is about. The story in this game is surprisingly deep for a game that is part of a series that is known for its over-the-top finishing moves. Seriously, if you go into this game expecting to just button mash your way through, you're gonna get wrecked. There are plenty of instances where you need to be stealthy in order to progress, and the game will actually punish you if you are not careful. Stealth gameplay is not something I thought I would ever say is a part of the God of War formula, but here we are. The graphics in this game are absolutely stunning. The environments are lush and detailed, and the character models are incredibly lifelike. Even the cutscenes look like they were ripped straight from a movie. The camera angles and shot composition in this game are fantastic and really add to the cinematic feel. At first glance, I thought this game was rendered in Unreal Engine, but no, this bad boy was made in the PlayStation 4's last legs. What a way to go! If the graphics don't immediately draw you in, the soundtrack will. The music in this game is absolutely epic. It perfectly sets the tone for each and every level and really helps to immerse you in the world. Whether you're exploring a beautiful landscape or fighting for your life, the soundtrack of God of War is there to enhance your experience. Atreus is easily one of my favorite video game characters of all time. Watching him grow and mature throughout the course of the game is incredibly satisfying, and the relationship he has with his father is both heartwarming and heartbreaking at times. Kratos isn't as talkative as he used to be, but he still manages to be just as badass as ever. Seeing him let Atreus make his own mistakes and learn from them really shows how much he has grown as a person, and it is incredibly refreshing to see. Their interactions together are some of the best written in any game, and the voice acting is top-notch. I also love the way that this game handles its combat. It is a mix of brutal and graceful that is incredibly fun to watch and even more fun to play. Kratos' signature move, the Spartan kick, is even more devastating than before, and the new axe throwing mechanic is incredibly addictive. But enough about the gameplay. Let's talk about the story, because this is where the game truly shines. God of War is a story about family, loss, love, betrayal, redemption, and hope. It's a story that will stay with you long after you finish playing the game. I won't spoil anything, but the ending of this game is both surprising and incredibly satisfying. I also love the way that this game handles its mythological elements. The game is set in a world where Norse mythology is real, and the creatures and gods from the myths are brought to life in a way that feels both familiar and fresh. I won't spoil anything, but the final boss fight is one of the most epic things I've ever experienced in a video game. This game is not without its flaws. Some of the puzzles can be a bit tedious, and there are a few instances where the camera can be a bit frustrating. But these are small gripes in an otherwise amazing package. Overall, I think God of War is one of the best games ever made. It's a game that I can recommend to anyone and everyone. The story is amazing, the gameplay is fantastic, the graphics are stunning, and the soundtrack is epic. If you've never played God of War, then I highly recommend it. You are in for a treat. Thank you for watching and have a great day.